To identify trading opportunities. You will be able to evaluate any investment and many, many more. Please join us on Red Pillars Patreon. Peace.
Well, there's no way I can bring you straight to the curricula that I use without a foundation. So these 4 weeks will be used to familiarize people with the process, with the protocol, and you will get some skills in how to delineate and erect a chart. If you're studious, it requires studies. There's no shortcuts, right? That's why it's gonna be 4 weeks, all right? And you have the opportunity to get ready to use astrology in any means that you build your capacity to use it. So you're gonna have to study hard. It ain't gonna be a walk through the park. It's a complex science, okay? But I do have a means by which to simplify it where other people have left it complicated. Right? I've been doing it for quite some time. So I found all kinds of shortcuts, and this is what I'll be showing, right? You come prepared to the class, all right? Be prepared to do some long division, all right? And some addition, right?
Yes, indeed. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You are rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar, reporting live in direct. Let me know how we doing on the audio. Let me know how we are doing on the audio. Peace, love, and light to the family. Greetings. You dig? Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. How we doing on the audio? How we doing on a crispy? Okay, that's what's up. All right, yeah, we up early up in this thing. This is an early show. Yeah, that part. Let's do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building. Let's take a toll of who's in the building tonight. All right, greetings to everybody. Shout out to Source Guard. Shout out to my good brother Chicago Crypto Block Bully. Shout out to Ra Aku. We got an all-star lineup over here at KTL. We doing big things. All right, let me go ahead and play a commercial real quick for the good brother Source Guard. We have a show coming up on Friday, Unity and Heal, episode 3. Special guest, brother Ampu. All right, let's go.
Uplift and Heal Fridays, and we have reached the zenith of the night where we actually get to listen to the playlist. Let's go. This is the first one, y'all. This is our first playlist that we've curated of artists that we're listening to that are literally like pioneering, like leading this journey forward, and just a big part of this paradigm shift that we're all experiencing. And just remember where you heard it first. Uplift and Heal.
Now, music is a very, 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 very instrumental part in my journey personally. And on this channel, music has been a staple, okay, over the past decade that we've been with you guys. And plus, we've been here since '08 on YouTube. And music has always been the driving force. So it's only right that we bring Fridays to you guys in the form of Uplift and Heal, where we're going to be breaking new artists. We're going to be going over some of the industry songs that are out there. We're going to decide if we're going to take it, make it, or break it. And we'll go over some new releases from some of our favorite underground artists. And the brother Source Guard is bringing playlists, All right, curated playlist to the building. So make sure you tap in and represent, support the brother, him and Perp 30, his queen, every Friday for Uplift and Heal, 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay. We're up to episode number 3. Shout out to Source Guard. All right. And shout out to Chicago Crypto and shout out to Ra Aku. If anybody was in the building last night for Ra Aku's class number 2 on Patreon, please drop an emoji. That brother went all the way in, and he was able to read every single student just based off of their birthday and the time of birth. He was reading them to the motherfucking bone. I'm talking about, it felt like he was doing magic and whatnot. If people were spooked out, they would think that the brother has a form of black magic because he's able to predict, he's able to call things out that he should not know. Personal things about people that he shouldn't know. But that's one of the reasons why it's called the fundamentals of cosmophysics, because we're going to teach you how you could become a master like the good brother. He's not holding on to his skills to himself. He's sharing the methods and the formula so you can move forward. All right. So make sure y'all sign up to the Patreon and become part of the Patreon family and get in class. You know what I mean? Get into class. This right here, what we do, this is cute. This is great. But KTL is a learning platform. We're an educational platform. You know what I mean? We're not necessarily an entertainment platform. We play music and we give y'all shiny graphics and whatnot. And you know, we come through with the culture, with the drip and with the all of this other stuff. But that's a magnet. That is a magnet. You know what I mean? That's a marketing tool to bring you to class. Because that's what it's about, knowing the ledge, to bring you to class. We taught about AI 2022. We were talking about AI 2017, 2015. The evolution will be digitized, you know, to school one another, not to talk about it, not to bump our gums about it, but to educate one another. We brought up Bitcoin back then, you know what I mean, on Blog Talk Radio in 2013 and 14 to educate you so you can make the right choices. We talked about coding and the need for coding and the need to learn the coding languages. This was many, many moons ago, right? Now, there are people earning $350,000 in my network because they went ahead and got certified in coding, and the shit is not even hard like that. You know what I'm talking about? But let's do this roll call, all right? Chino Hills in the building, Chicago in the building, Barbados in the building, Portland in the building, DC in the building. The DMV is up in here. PC, yeah, what's goody? Uh-huh. Yeah, PCE. Uh-huh. New Orleans is in the building. Shout out to New Orleans. Denver, Mile High. I see you up there. Windsor Hills next to Baldwin, I'm hoping. Shout out to you. You know what I'm talking about? Highland Park. All right. Yeah, VA. What do they call that? What's that campaign with Louis? With the lovers only? Mm-hmm. Yeah. H-Town. All right. Shout out to H-Town. You rooted in H-Town. We see you. We see you. You know what I'm talking about? We see you. Uh-huh. Pontiac, Michigan. Shout out to Pontiac. Shout out to San Fran. Shout out to Maryland. Shout out to Colorado, Minnesota, West Los Angeles. Shout out to Spartansburg, Yonkers, St. Croix in the building, Nashville, Arkansas, H-Town. Uh-huh. Collindale, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, we have a special announcement that we are hopefully going to announce next strong. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh announcement when we announce it. Left Rack. Shout out to Left Rack. Shout out to Left Rack. Yeah, shout out to the Carolinas. Shout out to Tampa Bay. Well, I'm rocking with you, South Kakalaka. You know what I'm talking about? I'm rocking with you. 101 degrees in H-Town. That's not that hot. You know what I mean? It was 113 when I was out there. It's baking. You know what I mean? Breaking. Jacksonville, Duval. Y'all got Duval dates tomorrow, right? Or on Saturday. Y'all be safe out there. Elizabeth City, North Kakalaka. You know what I mean? Texarkana. 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 I remember I saw that shit on the highway. I almost crashed. It's like, the fuck? It's like another portal or something. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I need some rappers representing Texarkana and just turn up, because that's kind of gangster. The name, like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell your own like weird stories of shit that happens in Texarkana, and we will believe it. You could fucking stretch the imagination. You could come up with shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because you live in a place called Texarkana, nigga. Like, shit is different over there. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all need your own sports team, because that's kind of gangster. You know what I mean? You need to work on that. You know what I mean? Push that shit. You feel me? Push that. South Carolina was goody. You know what I'm talking about? Was goody. Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma. How the ladies in Texarkana, my nigga, how they look? Cause that's a gumbo pot right there. How the ladies out there looking? Talk black to me. The Galaxy of Brooklyn. 117 in Phoenix on Sunday. Cooking niggas. Damn. The whole planet is hot, right? It's a red summer. The whole shit is on fire. You know what I'm talking about? The air quality is bad. I canceled a trip to New York City. Couldn't do it. Not finna fly into no fucking smoke, my niggas. I'm not doing that. I stood my ass right in the house. I was supposed to be doing the 4th of July, the International African Arts Festival. I had to postpone that one. I'm not. Check the air, and I was bringing my 3-year-old into New York with me. I had to turn that one around. I had to cancel that shit, bro. Couldn't do it. You know? Yeah, I saw the article. I saw the article about Chicago's air quality. Then, coincidentally, I had my wife go and check out the you know, I'm like, cause she does it anyway. You know, she's the Google queen. So I'm like, let's let's start getting ready to go to New York. And then she came back with the report, and she was like, yeah, you might want to think twice about that. So it was in Canada, but then they said it came to New York yesterday. So I'm not, I don't. It's just weird. You niggas was wearing masks. You was wearing like fucking spacesuits and shit like that. You know what I mean? People was wrapped up in saran wrap to protect themselves about a year ago. You know, now it's literally poison in the air, where the air quality is horrific, and they just want you to walk into that. Nah, I'm good. I don't even know what's in that air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they said that's chemicals, my nigga. I'm good. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, how it got to Chicago. Uh, isn't Canada across the water, if I'm correct? But then I talked to people from Canada, and they like, ain't no fires in Canada. What the fuck is this CGI? What's going on? Like, I need somebody to tap in, cause they like, ain't nobody in Canada talking about fires. And why isn't Toronto blanketed in it? You know what I mean? Why isn't Montreal orange? Like, is the smoke? Does it have a no fly pass over Toronto? Do it has to go opposite? And what the fuck? It's some weird shit going on. Some weird ish. It smelled like burnt plastic. Agent Orange, somebody said. You know, it's weird, man. Shit is weird. The water in DC, horrible. Yeah. It would have to go over Lake Michigan, right? I mean, it's all kind of shit going on right now. You know what I mean? It's all kind. I mean, I can't keep up, bro. It's a lot of shit going on right now. It is a lot of stuff going down, bro. Like, it's what they call unprecedented. When they say the word unprecedented, that means that it's like so many things going on. Like when, case in point, like when fires catch. Like when the fires catch, you think you exterminating one fire, and then bang bang bang, 10 other little fires pop up, and then you go and race to take the to extinguish those, and then 20 pop up behind you. So shit is just popping up, and it's to the point where it's unprecedented. You said it's terraforming the earth. Is that right? Is that right? You know, smoke is in VA. It's bad in Detroit. Sky is hazy. I mean, to be honest with you, it been kind of foggy in the A a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? The sun been beaming, but like I remember earlier, what was it, Monday? It was mad cloudy out here. It was supposed to be a day that was supposed to be the solstice. Oh, that was the day, the 21st. It was raining, and then it started getting kind of cloudy. It took a while for the sun to really, make its presence felt. So shit crazy. The oceans is turned up. I see that they coughed up the wreckage and whatnot. Allegedly. Allegedly. You know. The fucking controller survived. And the Titan, I'm me personally, I'm looking for orca teeth marks. I'm gonna have to examine the footage of the wreckage from the Titan submarine that they pulled out of the ocean. I'm looking for orca teeth marks. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm under the impression that the fucking orcas are acting a fool over there in the waters and whatnot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of wildlife. You know that the animals is turned up. You know what I'm saying? The orcas is running down. You know, the orcas is running down on boats and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They not playing. Somebody has activated the orcas, and then they try to play it off and say, there's an orca named Matilda, and she's mad that that one of her siblings or something got caught in a fishing net. I'm saying that that's bullshit. You know what I mean? They be acting like they got props and they know all of the orcas that's out there. You need to cut it out, white man. Stop the bullshit. Nigga, orcas is gang. They affiliated now. They banging. You know what I'm talking about? The orcas are banging. Go and research that. They out there pulling. They banging on them fucking ships and whatnot. They sinking boats. You know, be very careful on those seas. I see people on Instagram taking cruises for the summer. I'm like, nigga, you ain't have your ear to the ground. Shit is not safe in these waters right now. I'm not doing. After I see I'm good. I'm not doing no cruise, fam. You know what I'm talking about? I'm contemplating a yacht. Nigga invited me to a yacht party. I'm like, I don't know too much about that. I'm weighing that one out. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to the yacht party, but I'm wearing my lifesaver. How about that? Yeah, them killer whales. And the orcas, contrary to popular belief, is a little more gangster than the great white sharks. They eat the great white sharks. You know what I'm saying? They had you thinking that Jaws was that dude in the water and whatnot, but nah, it's the orca. The orca is not fucking playing, bro. The niggas that they had at SeaWorld and whatnot, yeah, the orcas is pulling up. Yeah, and them sharks is eating niggas too. But it's smoking NC too. Somebody asked $1 billion question. What's going on with Madonna? Ain't we at the 50th year of hip hop? That would be a proper on the 50th year of hip hop, that would be a proper sacrifice to the hip hop gods. You know what I'm saying? If them niggas sent up Madonna to satisfy the appetite of the hip hop gods. Because lo and behold, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If children was being eaten, Madonna was in the kitchen, nigga. If that's true, right? For all of you conspiratorial people out there, if it's true what they say about people getting eaten in Hollywood and whatnot, if that was the case, that bitch was in the kitchen. She was at all of those rituals. She looked like she didn't miss near fucking ceremony, didn't she? She didn't look like she looked like she would call an Uber every time she caught a whim that somebody was being sacrificed. So they said that the broad was in the hospital ICU for a bacterial infection. Now, I've been around the world and I've been around the block a few times. I don't consider myself to be a doctor, but I hang out with doctors. You know what I'm talking about? And I never met a doctor that was like, yo, one of my patients had to go to the ICU for a bacteria infection. Now, talk to me, those in the audience who may be familiar with situations like this. What exactly has to happen to you to go to the ICU, not the ER? We know the ER is all good. What the fuck will put you in a coma in ICU for about 3 days or 4 with a bacterial infection and you on tour? Talk to me. I really want to know. You know what I'm saying? No judgment. If anybody out here went into a coma because of bacteria and whatnot, just let me know, because I want to know, because I wasn't familiar with shit like that. I learn something new every day. You know what I'm talking about? I learn something new every day. You know? I learn something new every day. But what we do know, and all of my friends in the conspiratorial world, they going crazy. I think Kamala Harris' house caught on fire. They like Madonna got fucking sacrificed. I mean, I thought that they took care of her in 2012, but whatever. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? These QAnon niggas is really, you know what I mean? They still in the backgrounds saying everybody's getting sacrificed or executed from the firing squad. But Lord had is what's up with Madonna? What's up with Madonna? Y'all see orcas all the time in Alaska? Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, yeah. Talk to them. Talk to them orcas. Tell them niggas sign a peace treaty or something, because the word in the streets is they declare war on the boats out there. You know what I mean? The orca eats the liver of a shark. It's a bad MFer, boy. That's a bad MFer. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so right, eating babies will give you that bacteria. Understandable. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. You know what I mean? I thought the levels of bestiality and a little bit of bloodletting and whatnot that might cause the bacteria. She OD'd on adrenochrome. Word in the streets. The bitch OD'd. She knew the adrenochrome was fake and she still ate it because she's a super gremlin. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. You know. So on this platform, I don't give a fuck if the lady's 100 years old. We don't know. It's the gloves are off when it comes to witches and warlocks in our community. Okay? We hunt them down. We don't have remorse. You know what I mean? So if y'all are caught up in the illusion of celebrity, you want to cry in your Honda about Madonna, then you could go ahead and log off and play Material Girl and shed some fucking Madonna tears. But over here, you know what I mean? We don't forgive her for what she did to Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? She emasculated the God. You know what I mean? Did you see it on BT? You know what I'm saying? He don't even dance the same after his running with Madonna. You know what I'm saying? He dropped Scoob and Scrap. This nigga, I think he cut the flat top and he doesn't even fucking move the same. Now, let's talk about that part. Who's going to pay for that? You know what I'm saying? She took down a fucking icon at the height of his career. Okay? Nobody wants to, you know what I mean? Y'all didn't want her. Y'all didn't want her. She had to pay that in blood, nigga. She had to pay that in blood. She took down a fucking legend. You know what I'm talking about? She literally snatched his soul. Okay? Right? And did she have her fangs in Rodman too, right? Y'all bringing up Rodman. She had her fangs, she had her dentures tightly positioned in the neck of Dennis Rodman. Did she not bring the fucking she brought the colorful hair to that nigga. Is it correct? It wasn't Carmen Electra. Carmen Electra got this nigga after he was dealt with. Wasn't it not the original the light skinned Sukiana? Wasn't it not Madonna that got her paws on him? Hmm? Wasn't it not yet? And then to make matters worse, if she wasn't pleased with taking one legend down, you know what I'm saying? She spread her gargoyle wings and whatnot and sniffed out the super legend MC New York, motherfucking Tupac Amaru Shakur, nigga. She took him down too. Okay? She took him down too. And he was never the same. He was never the same after that. Okay? He was never the same after that. We all know what happened to Tupac Shakur after that. He got all of his legal woes began to ramp up. Right? All of his legal woes began to ramp up. She did it. That was that graveyard, you know what I'm saying? That was him. He rolled the dice and she snatched his soul. You know what I'm saying? This is not even a conspiracy. Then he found, because this is the weird shit that be happening when, you know, people decide that they want to play in the snow. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize that shit like this, like they don't know that soul snatching is real. So they got mad at YK Osiris, right? Well, she's also known for kissing Sukiana. You know what I mean? There's some hood shit going on, right? She brought that shit. Remember, she ushered in this shit right here, right? I like girls that like girls. My girl got a girlfriend, right? Not to say that they wasn't out here on a scissor shit back in the days, right? They wasn't out here swapping, you know what I'm saying? Shorties was out here, you know, clapping each other's cheeks, okay? But the interesting part about that, because I come from the old school, I'm identified as an uncle, right? Is that where I came from, it was the Spanish girls that was getting freaky deaky and whatnot. It wasn't black women. Okay, we had something called bull daggers. I had a girl, or I had a homie that went by the name of Mad Dog, right, out of Flatbush. Okay, who remembers Mad Dog? Anybody that was in the streets and whatnot, if you was active and you live in Flatbush, Brooklyn, you knew who Mad Dog was, because Mad Dog put in a lot of work and whatnot. But it was only one Mad Dog. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Right? I come from a day and time where it was like in my neighborhood, there was one thought. Okay? Everybody knew who she was, but it was only one of her. Okay? Who started feeding these niggas after midnight? I don't know. But what I do know is one morning, man woke up and everybody was, the shit done multiplied. Shit multiplied everywhere. Okay? So when I was coming up, girls wasn't kissing on each other in high school. They wasn't out here you know what I'm saying, getting a bump on and whatnot. That they wasn't out here doing all of that. But what I do remember, because this is pop culture that y'all seeing right here, what I do remember is that after the Madonna, Britney Spears, and Christina Aguilera kiss, that shit started to spread like wildfire, right? She planted a motherfucking seed, bro. You know what I'm talking about? She planted a seed. And for people to be like, I was born like this, and this is my choice. Lies and deceit, my nigga. You are you just following a trend. You're part of a trend. You was trending. Okay? You was following Britney fucking Spears, my nigga. Like, cut it out. You trying to lie to me. I've been outside longer than you, probably. We know what this is. So here goes Drake, right? Young Aubrey and whatnot. And look at what she did. she wasn't look, he's trying to stop her and she's pushing this. He's like, oh my goodness, now look at this face. Now, if your breath smell like potpourri, you know what I'm talking about? If you had that, if the tongue didn't taste like lizard ass, you know. You know what I'm talking about? If you had that, you know what I'm saying? If you had that rosy presence to yourself, you know what I mean? With that good tongue, a nigga would not do that. Okay. Even if he was wild zesty and whatnot, he wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? He probably was able, like, that right there. That was like, you know, she probably was backstage having an ass burger, you know what I'm saying? And then decided that she wanted to kiss this nigga. She probably ate some rhino balls and then she walked off, right? That was a sexual assault, lady. Come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm pressing charges. I'm making a citizen's arrest. Yeah, he was never the same after that. You know what I'm talking about? This nigga was never the same after that kiss. But that was assault. That was worse than with that Sukihana shit. That's where the young nigga got it from. He thought because Madonna got away with it, then he could get away with it. You know, nobody wanted to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be conveniently forgetting shit. You know what I mean? Niggas want to conveniently forget the fuckery and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she released the kraken in his mouth. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know? It's gross. That's gross. So this is what she responsible for when it came to my dude, when it came to Pockington. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, he wasn't the same after he had his little romp with Madonna. You know what I'm saying? They had this nigga taking mad zesty flicks in a bathtub, right? And I'm like, that's Madonna's work because she roll around with the zesty photographers and whatnot. That's all her work. You know, she probably gave him a massage and then was like, yo, take this picture with this weird ass photographer. You feel me? You know, and yeah, this is gonna be fly, Tupac. They're gonna love you for this. You feel me? That's how she gassed up the bro. She gassed the boy up. You know what I'm talking about? She gassed the boy up. This was in 2000. No. Yeah, that's when he was with Madonna. You feel me? That's when he was with Madonna. But let me show you. This is her hallmark. Hold on. Let me see if I'm sharing the screen. Let me see if y'all can see it. This is her hallmark. You feel me? This is her quote unquote. This is how she shows the other people, yeah, I got this nigga. This is her form of neutering. You feel me? Right? What's with the zestiness, Pockington? You know what I'm talking about? We know thugs don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from. You know what I mean? But David, he got Andre looking kind of zesty. You know what I'm saying? He does that with his camera. He has a zesty camera, and it brings out the zestiness in these niggas. So this is a form of, this is how they feed their community through the photography and whatnot. This is exclusive for the LBGT community. These photo shoots are exclusive for that community. They know what to do with those pictures. You feel me? They'll gas you up and be like, oh yeah, this is just a photo shoot for a tabletop. No, that's going directly to that community. You understand what I'm saying? That's their form of artwork. So they give up, pop icons and whatnot, and he does photo shoots with them, but that's eye candy for his community. Okay? So I know that she was behind that. I know that she helped coerce that. You feel me? Let me show you. Because she had Big Daddy Kane damn near in the same position, right? So that's her calling card. That's her hallmark card. And the name of the book that Madonna put out was called Sex, right? Because my guy was a sex symbol at that time. You feel me? My guy was a sex symbol at that time, you know? And she compromised him. And he was never, I mean, more so than Tupac, right? They go Tupac with Nas, with her tongue in his ear, right? Then she go with Pockington, right? That look like AI. Then she go with Ye. She's been with a lot of people, guys. You know, she's been with a lot of people. The niggas need to get themselves checked out. You know what I'm saying? Being that she's in fucking ICU for bacteria, nigga. Like, that's some serious shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on with Auntie. But what I do know is that she has a lot of niggas in the mason jar. Low key. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. She got a lot of the icons in the mason jar. You know? And we want some answers. You know, we want to know what's going on. But you know, we not protecting Auntie Madonna over here. You know what I'm saying? We not protecting Auntie Madonna over here. We throwing her ass. We throwing that witch under the bus. You feel me? We not protecting her over here. And don't come at me like, oh, she's an old lady. No, nigga. No, nigga. She's an old witch. You know what I'm saying? Who emasculated her children, right? Who she was banned from Africa. Okay? She was banned from, quote unquote, she was banned from adopting. Okay? So she was with Vanilla Ice. This bitch get around more than a mixtape. She was with Vanilla Ice. You understand? She was with Vanilla Ice. She could have started the first East Coast West Coast beat. She was fucking Vanilla Ice while she was with Big Daddy Kane. Right? Yeah, she definitely smoking packs. She got niggas in the mason jar, bro. You know what I'm saying? So she was, look, Vanilla Ice recalls turning down Madonna's marriage proposal and how her sex book broke them up. Things were going so crazy and fast. I was just like, what? I thought the guy was supposed to do that. Here she go, right? She's a fucking eater. You know what I mean? She's the queen of the eaters. You know what I'm talking about? She had that, you know, she's the queen of the eaters. You know? So she was rocking with my guy. I'm looking for the Big Daddy Kane picture. They might have. I think Google is censoring it. But let's find some incriminating pictures that she had on my guy. She had him looking crazy in these hip hop streets. Niggas wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, the sisters felt kind of slighted. Like, damn, he was a sex symbol. He was the Prince of Chocolate. You understand? He was the Prince of Chocolate. You know? They broke a lot of young women's hearts and they went to the light skinned nigga. They went to LL Cool J after that. You know what I'm saying? For reconciliations. You know? But yeah. She took a sex symbol off of the table, my nigga. She took the guy off the market. And I think he was Trizian with Naomi Campbell. So there that go. So right, as you could see in this lesbianic scene and whatnot, you know, that wasn't necessarily in the business. That wasn't in the culture like that. That wasn't culturally appropriate and whatnot. Yeah, that wasn't culturally appropriate. You know, I mean, even Queen Latifah was hiding her lesbianism back in those days. You feel me? That wasn't something that our women was out here, you know, doing like that. Yeah, Naomi is a demon too. You know what I'm saying? Because the white boys turned her out. The white boys turned her out. You know what I mean? She was being crowd surfed through those quote unquote, through those circles. You know what I'm saying? Now this is Big Daddy Kane before Madonna. Smooth operator. He had the dancers.
Nightmares for those who compete.
This was Jay-Z before Jay-Z, guys. A lot of y'all is wild young, I could tell. But this was Jay-Z undeniably before Jay-Z. He was that guy. There was no Biggie Smalls. There was no Nas. None of that. It was him and Rakim running shit. And I would go on a ledge to say that he had the edge on Rakim. He was more commercial. He had more hits, you know? But Big Daddy Kane was Hemington. He was Himothy back in those days. You feel me? He was him. And this was before hip hop went to the West Coast. It was before Outkast popped up talking about the South got something to say. This was New York's reign on hip hop. This was when New York had the fucking crown unabashedly. And Big Daddy Kane was the biggest thing coming out of Brooklyn and New York, for that matter, representing the hip hop, quote unquote, culture. And she took him down quietly. That was fast. So it wasn't like they had a long relationship. You know, we didn't have social media back in those days. We had to wait and look at shit like this. We didn't know who was skeeting who because they didn't have gossip. They didn't have gossip on the radio daily. You didn't wake up to that shit like breakfast. They didn't have 24-hour news reports. They were not talking about rap on the news, but what they did show on the news was Big Daddy Kane and Madonna. That's what they showed. You know what I mean? Yeah. Rest in peace to Big Pokey. I remember we was in Houston when the man made transition. Rest in peace to the gore. You know? So yeah, a lot of that blackmailing shit that was going on where dudes was like, oh, I didn't know that was a tranny. I just slept with her. I was drunk. Yeah, she was lining shit like that up. That was the Madonna play. She was flipping a lot of dudes and whatnot. She was the one flipping a lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? She was the go-to, right? So it's interesting that the other go-to in the industry, right? There's a lot of them have a lot of chickens are coming home to roost, y'all. A lot of chickens are coming home to roost. You feel me? And another person who played their hands and quote unquote a lot of shadow activity. And I ain't talking about shadow work. That nigga was supposed to be in Bali doing fucking shadow work, and he's running around, you know what I'm saying, doing other shit. Your man Hustle Simmons, you know what I'm saying? Bussy Simmons. You know what I'm talking about? He was lining up a lot of the artists and whatnot. There was a story that Montel Jordan had on him when he first met Russell. There's a few people that talked about when they first met Russell and whatnot. And then there's a plethora of artists who died and went to their graves before they could tell the truth about what be going on behind closed doors. And then there's another contingency of them that some of them you've seen on stage at the Hip Hop 50th Awards and shit like that. They're gonna die with those secrets. They're not gonna out certain people. I don't know why, right? I don't know why, but I think it's mostly because of the blackmail. You know what I mean? Niggas got high definition videos of Harvey Weinstein going ape shit on niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that part. They got video of the nigga with the club foot. What's his name? From Arista. What's the little nigga? Clive Davis. You know what I mean? They got Clive Davis, you know what I'm saying, giving niggas back shots. You know what I mean? There's all kind of incriminating footage out there, and I hope a lot of that shit drops before they start calling it deep fake and whatnot. But yeah, Russell Simmons on the man side, right? Madonna on the hetero side, bringing people in and trapping them inside of that graveyard pussy that she got, right? You know what I mean? But then Russell Simmons on the uncle side, right? Big Unk, right? Weird, zesty uncle, right? Who has a lot of material prosperity and whatnot. So he'll lure you in with the breadcrumbs. You know what I'm talking about? He lured people in with the breadcrumbs. You feel me? So there's a lot of men and women, but there's a lot of young men in the industry who Russell Simmons have done very dirty, and he's a piece of work, y'all. And a lot of that shit will come out in the very near future to expose these gatekeepers. But Madonna unequivocally is a gatekeeper of many, many different. She's a generational witch. She's spanned through different genres and epochs inside of the music industry. Okay, she went beyond a handler. She's past that. You feel me? She's one of the head players. She's considered a gatekeeper. Oprah, a gatekeeper. Russell Simmons, a gatekeeper. Oprah, running a lot of women through, her affiliation with the Democrats, with the left, with the lavacious left, right? That's the new name of the left, which are the liberals. The lavacious left, or the lavacious liberals. You know what I'm talking about? Once we get that lavacious charge, once the ink dries on that lewd and lavacious charge, then that's going to become a new name. But the lewd and lascivious, or the lewd and lavacious liberals, yeah, that's the shit that they do. Yeah, Gail, Oprah, the shit that was going on with Quincy Jones and Tupac. Quincy Jones advancing, yeah, the whole thing about Quincy is, a gatekeeper, you know what I mean? And then my guy, Russell, would come behind him. But before that, you have the dude who's the Black Godfather. What's his name? Clarence something. They did a report on him on Netflix. He's the original, the Black Godfather. He's the original one. He was like, yo, Quincy, that's my son. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that he's the fixer. Okay? He's the fixer. He's the OG. He's the one that they call in case any one of you young niggas get out of hand. He gets the call, Avant, right? The old head Avant. When he makes the call, when the red phone is ringing, when you see Avant calling you, right? Clarence Avant, then either you are in for a big fucking bag, right? You know what I mean? And he's gonna call you with the invitation, right? He's gonna call you with the invitation, and he's gonna say, Harvey wants to meet you. Harvey Weinstein wants to meet you. This is before Harvey got hot. Jeff wants you to come to the island. That's Jeff Epstein for you to don't know. Yeah, they clipped his wife. They got a gangbanger to go right up in the hills and clip his wife. You feel me? Allegedly, so you niggas don't come after me for my crystals and shit. Like, allegedly. That's what they say. If they not blowing whistles, pause, then they down with the program. At this point in the game, like, there's nothing to talk about. If they not blowing the whistle, then they complicit. Because we know there's a lot of fuckery going on in those Hollywood Hills and those San Fernando Valleys and whatnot. We know that there's a lot of iniquities taking place. And there's a lot of famous names behind a lot of the fuck shit. A lot. The dude that got robbed, he didn't get robbed. What the fuck did they take? His wife got killed. They came in and they clipped his wife, right? And they said that it was a robbery. You don't know what the fuck was going on. You know what I mean? You don't know what was going on. That's what they told you. You don't know how many top music executives do you know wives get killed randomly? on a fucking push and rob. They always robbing somebody in LA's house. It's every other week, every other month, there's a celebrity who gets burglarized. How many of them were burglarized while they're home? Come on, fam. How many of them had their houses burglarized and their spouses got basically Peter rolled? How many? He just happens to be the first one. I know they killed Pop Smoke with a home robbery and whatnot, but you know, that's Pop. They didn't kill Clarence, they killed his wife. How, Sway? And what did they take from him? The fuck are they gonna take from Clarence Avant? His Grammys? You know? So Hollywood transitioned completely to Georgia. How, Sway? What are you talking about? How? We talked about Hollywood, Black Hollywood being Atlanta, but that means nothing. Hollywood is always going to be Hollywood. That's like saying that the Vatican is moving. No, there's churches all around the world in the name of the Vatican, but the Vatican is the headquarters. Hollywood will always be the headquarters for Hollywood. I don't give a fuck where they're making movies at and whatnot. And yeah, Black Hollywood will be an offshoot of California Hollywood. And you know that in Atlanta, right, that funny shit that goes down in Hollywood is definitely going down out here. Okay. From the children to the sex parties to the dungeons to the sex slavery or child trafficking or human trafficking, whatever you want to label the shit, it's all slavery at the end of the day. Okay? It's all slavery. It's a modern day version of slavery. So that's out here, right? Hartsfield Airport is the #1 airport for trafficking. So a lot of that darkness exists in Georgia, but it's nothing like the hills of Hollywood. It's nothing like what the fuck is going on. The secrets, those small hats and all of them, they're not uprooting their quote unquote dungeons and stuff like that to come to bring that energy to Georgia, right? That's why I would say that even with Georgia, even with the fuckery that exists in Georgia, right? Even with the darkness that exists in Georgia, Atlanta more specifically, it still is not as dark as California and what they're going through, and all of those quote unquote, you know, all of that darkness, all of those bodies, you know what I mean? All of that blood that has been shed since the inception of Hollywood, who, by the way, was done not entirely, but the mob had a big hand in that, the same way that they had a hand in Vegas. You know, at one time the A was known for the down low bros. They not down low no more. This nigga Tyler Perry owns BT. They're not down low anymore. Like it was once that, and then it became a capital for them niggas being outside. But I tell everybody this. When I lived in New York, I saw more of that shit on a daily basis, and I wasn't looking for it. I'm in Harlem minding my business, and that shit was everywhere that I went. It was on the trains, it was in Brooklyn, it was in Harlem, it was up and down the streets. I One thing in Atlanta, they don't have up and down streets, right? I don't go to Lenox Mall on a weekend because I don't have no business in there. And I don't see that shit in Atlanta. I promise you. And I be everywhere. I move around. You know what I mean? And I know that Midtown is where the majority of that shit is and whatnot. So I'm not really in Midtown like that. I don't see it in Atlanta like I saw it in New York. Harlem is mad zesty. You damn right. Nigga, you talking about them niggas moved out of Atlanta and went to Harlem, bro. Harlem is super zesty, bro. Are you serious? You know what I'm talking about? Super zesty. Somebody said everywhere is zesty. Yeah, it's a zesty world these days. You know, it's a zesty world these days. You know, but yeah, while we talking about these individuals. Let's continue. Let's do a follow-up of a story that we were reporting on recently. Okay. And that's the ongoing saga between, I call him Diego. I don't know what the fuck you call. That's how I pronounced it, but apparently it may be pronounced differently. Let's listen to this video. We got an article, and they say that I could play the article because I'm low key lazy. I don't want to read and shit. I'm just let them read it. That's what the AI is here to read for us. We don't read anymore. We got AI to do it for us. Let's listen to this.
Diddy liquor dispute. Diageo dropping rapper who sued for racial discrimination,
It's
unfair
called
promotion
Diageo.
of brands. By Mary Whitfield Roloffs. Top line. The parent company of Sean Combs' Ciroc Vodka and Delian Tequila said Tuesday it will no longer work with the rapper after he sued them for allegedly neglecting the liquors and reportedly labeling them as black brands that should be targeted to urban consumers. Key facts. Diageo plc, a British liquor company that owns more than 200 brands worldwide, on Tuesday asked the New York Supreme Court to dismiss a lawsuit Combs filed earlier this year claiming Diageo has proven unwilling to treat its black partners equally. The company accused Combs of bad faith actions that threatened to publicly defame Diageo if we did not meet his unreasonable financial demands in a statement Tuesday, further claiming that, despite having made nearly $1 billion over the course of our 15-year relationship, Mr. Combs contributed a total of $1,000 and refused to honor his commitments. Combs has accused the company of providing unequal treatment to the Ciroc and Delian brands because he's black, and claims it starved them of marketing, production, and distribution.
Let me just pause that right quick, because this the robot reading and shit. You might not understand what's being said. So this ninja, right? Your man's in them, Mr. Black Excellent. This nigga's coming to Invest Fest, right? To talk to 12 to 13 to 14,000 melanated people, right? About business. He's gonna get on the stage and dance and shit, and he's gonna try to lie through his fucking teeth, okay? Through his veneers about being black excellence, right? He's gonna try and attempt to put on the facade of a good businessman, right? Whereas he went ahead and sued a parent company, right? AKA the big homie, right? Not somebody under him. A group of business people who put his ass in a position. Because when Ciroc came out, Ciroc already existed. What he did the same thing that Jay-Z did when he came around with Belvedere and Armadale. No niggas know that gonna name some shit Belvedere and Armadale. That wasn't something that they agreed to collectively. That those brands existed before these niggas came along. And all he said was, that's a vice. I could sell that to my people because I'm out here convincing these niggas I sell crack and whatnot. So Jay-Z was able to sell us Belvedere. We was drinking that shit. I remember. I was like, I will not be caught in this club without a bottle of Belvedere. I tell you, some fucking Grey Goose. Some goddamn Armadale, my niggas. I was just pour it up. I was telling the bartender, pour me up some Armadale. I didn't know what the fuck I was about to drink. I just know that Jay-Z said it, so I had to have it. So when this company first approached Sean Combs about going, Hypnotic, right? The shit was, it was, what the fuck you drinking a blue drink for that makes your nose sweat? And it was wrong. You knew it was bad for you. You know what I'm talking about? You knew that shit tastes like cleaning supplies. That's the Hypnotic I'm talking about. So anyway, they come along and they approach young Sean Combs and they say, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pay you to market our liqueur. or rather our spirits. And he was like, what? What you mean? And they was like, look, if you put your face behind Ciroc, we're going to give you the profits. We're going half and half with you. You don't even have to put up no money. And we're going to pay you promotions to market this shit. So here goes the Ciroc boys and all of that shit that fucking French Montana and these niggas was doing back in the days. And here he goes selling the fucking Ciroc. You know what I mean? Flavored vodka, right? Mind you, right? That was the first fucking yeah, I'm talking about. That was the first flag. Since when did you niggas start drinking flavored vodka? You know what I'm talking about? I don't think that the Russians, I don't think Vladimir Putin was happy about that. That's not what they do. You know what I mean? It's not what they do. Flavored vodka? That's what they doing in the hood? Okay, whatever. You know what I mean? And then they came along and then they offered him a tequila called DeLeon, right? They offered him a tequila called DeLeon, and then this spin around the block, they offered him, right, Mr. Mogul, right, the guy who everybody says his business is horrible, right? This is a Scorpio, as a matter of fact. This man is a Scorpio, right? But he's one of the lower frequencies of Scorpio, okay? He's of the lowest frequency of the Scorpio. He put $1,000 as an investment into the deal. This is the same man that's about to come to Atlanta to an Invest Fest with groups of young Black people who are entrepreneurs, and they just pulled themselves out of poverty. They're trying their best to steer themselves in a direction for generational wealth and to make it in life. And they're gonna listen to billionaires talk to them. They're gonna listen to Robert Smith. They're gonna listen to Tyler. They're gonna listen to Diddy. And they're going to run with that shit and they're going to apply it to their capitalistic mindset. But I'm of the understanding that this nigga should not be on that stage. He does not deserve to be in front of our people talking about Black excellence when you don't own shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't own Revolt. You don't own Ciroc. You don't own DeLeon. You don't even own Bad Boy for that matter. Where's your ownership, fam? You've been in this shit for mad long, and you was one of the top hit makers. So this nigga put a stack up, bro. Let me go and read it. So we know that we ain't capping. This man put a stack up and had the nerve to take these motherfuckers to court. And this is what came out in court. Because when you go to court, the documents are public. So it said the company accused Combs of bad faith actions that threatened to publicly defame Diageo if we did not meet his unreasonable financial demands in a statement Tuesday, further claiming that despite having made nearly $1 billion over the course of our 15-year relationship, Mr. Combs contributed a total of $1,000 and refused to honor his commitments. Combs has accused the company of providing unequal treatment to the Ciroc and DeLeon brands because he's Black, and claims it starved them of marketing, production, and distribution resources when compared to other brands like Don Julio and Casamigos Tequila, formerly owned by George Clooney, according to Variety, which first reported the separation. Now, for context purposes, they bought the company Casamigos from George Clooney and his two partners for $1 billion. They own 100% of that company, right? So their interest in that tequila is going to be more than their interest in some other brand that they have a partnership in, right? That's one. Two, and I said it before, if you line a bottle of Casamigos, I don't even drink Casamigos. I took a sip of that shit, and once again, it made my nose hairs grow. You know what I mean? It made my nose hairs grow. And I was like, damn, this is some strong shit. You know what I'm talking about? This is some strong shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm good on this. I don't, I'm not a big drinker like that. I get wet though. Don't get it fucked up. I get wet when the time is right. But I ain't no big drinker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't into all of that. I'll smoke a blunt. And if you put the Casamigos bottle next to the De Leon bottle and next to some other bottles, you would be like, Casamigos is not urban looking, right? You said it's low quality tequila. That's not what I heard. You know what I'm talking about? That's not what I heard. I heard that it's not that low quality. The lengths that they went to when they first launched Casamigos was not the same lengths that P. Diddy went through. You know what I mean? Their story, their origin story is a little more different. And it reads to a little more of them knowing what the fuck they were doing. Okay. I think they even owned a distillery, right? They had their shit together even before this brand came around. Henceforth, why they paid them $1 billion for it. So they got to get their money back. So they're gonna push that brand because they own that brand. This other ghetto shit, the De Leon and the fucking flavored vodka, yeah, they made Don Julio, nigga. You put a bottle of Don Julio next to a bottle of De Leon, and you tell me which one looks like it's for an urban market and which one looks like it's for every market. Okay. George Clooney owns it. Well, yeah, okay. George Clooney and two others. And they bought out the brand for $1 billion. Okay. They bought out the brand they paid them $1 billion for their brand and whatnot. You know what I mean? And Diddy is acting jealous. You know what I mean? Yeah, Casamigos is so without a face. I knew about it. Because I read a lot of, periodicals and whatnot. I knew that he had a tequila brand, and when it sold for $1 billion, I knew that he was behind it. I just didn't realize it was Casamigos. Yeah. Clooney is definitely with the Jeff Epstein and shit like that too. You know what I mean? Pause. What's up with the police trying to frame John Majors? Yeah, nigga, that's because he's Kang the Conqueror. What you think? He was getting too big too quick. That's to humble his ass. Kang the Conqueror. He had too many roles going. You know what I mean? They had to neuter him real quick. He probably didn't accept that phone call from Clarence Avant. Fuck around. Or Quincy. Or maybe Sean, nigga. Anyone. Name one. Micah Jackson. Tyson. You know what I mean? I perform like Sean. Anyone. Diddy. Carter. Connery. You know what I'm saying? He probably dodged the call. He dodged the call, nigga. There's repercussions to that. Yeah, he hung up on Tyler, nigga. What you think he did? He ain't let Madonna hit, nigga. Doesn't it all make sense now? You know what I'm saying? The nigga Jonathan Majors went to court and they don't have a case on him. They don't got a case on him. I'm not capping for homie, but it looks like they don't have a case on him. Okay? To the point where he filed counter charges. They don't have a case on homie. I think he might have got lined up. You know what I mean? He took them pics. You know what I'm saying? He took them pics and he was a hot item in Hollywood, not for the ladies. Not for the ladies. Them zesty niggas was getting they was getting their lamb chops ready. They was setting the table. You know what I'm saying? He took that zesty ass picture with homie where he was hugging him. They was like, oh hell no. Call him up. We need this nigga on our team. He was with Michael B. Jordan looking super zesty. After the Rainbow Coalition saw that photo shoot, they was like, nah, get this nigga on the horn. Cause you know they gangsters, right? These niggas is like thugalicious. You know what I'm saying? So they gave him the thugalicious call. They was like, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make you an offer. Take Kanye's room. Nah, I'm just playing. They was like, look, I'm gonna make you an offer that you can't refuse, Jonathan. We got you this far. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to, you know what I mean? You know, a little bit of goodwill, some get back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got, you know, and he didn't want to. He had Megan Good on the other line. He didn't want to. He probably was like, nah, not today. You know what I'm saying? Because Megan Good, he was with Good. You know what I mean? He was with that Good. So he was probably like, I'll get back to you. And he woke up to all kind of new, you know, the publicist fired him, the fucking manager, like his shit was upside down. You know what I mean? And this is for all of you dudes out there that's pursuing success and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The day that you take the zesty photo shoot, my niggas, it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. You a baddie. They gonna hunt you down like Ice Spice, my nigga. These niggas is running around and they are not playing. They pulling up, my nigga. They are pulling up. They aggressive with theirs. You know what I'm talking about? You better be careful, my nigga. They aggressive with theirs. They know what they want. You know what I'm talking about? So when you play games, when you fall into them traps, you know what I mean? Like Tupac in the bathtub, nigga. They on your ass. Pause. You know what I'm talking about? They on your ass. You know what I mean? Pausington. You be careful out there. You know what I'm saying? You be careful out there. But you put that zesty photo shoot out, my nigga, and they was on your ass like mosquitoes to motherfucking Africans in the Sudan. You know what I mean? It was on you, fam. Now you gotta pull yourself out of the hole and whatnot. You know, they play a dirty game. They play a dirty game. That's why we don't have no love for them. They play a dirty game out there. You know what I mean? Play the dirty game. You know what I'm saying? They you know naturally Roman antics. These are the Romans, y'all. This is Mark Anthony and them. That's that they cut from that cloth. This Mark Anthony, this is Caesar. This is Julius Caesar peoples, man. These niggas don't they play hardball. Pause. They not playing. They are playing, they blitzkrieg in the ass. You know what I'm saying? They running down on you niggas. You know? They running down on you. So it's crazy in the world of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of chickens are coming home to roost. You know, we in the quickening. Shit is going down quickly. You know, a lot of chickens coming home to roost because there's a lot of dirt that's been done. You know, and because we live in these days and times where the underworld is rising, as you can see, it's a lot of conversations going on about the ocean and shit like that. You know, there's a lot of conversations about, you know, it's just so many conversations dealing with underworld type of conversations, right? Caverns, subterranean, underworld, under the ocean, under the sea, under the feet. Everything is coming up. Some things are sinking, but the theme of the dead rising is a very strong theme that I'm beginning to feel in my spirit and hear with my ears and see with my eyes. And I feel that the two worlds are beginning to fold upon each other. Okay. And as a result of that work, because Blue Pill calls the ancestor realm the quantum realm, right? He identifies that as the realm of quantum, right? Where quantum entanglement and all type of things occur. And I'm of similar theories. You know, I believe in string theory and things of that nature. And I do feel that a lot of the spirits that are, you know, that have been unceremoniously taken from us are beginning to cry out. You know, it's beginning to make noise. So a lot of these people that have been moving around, they got all of this dirt on their hands and whatnot. They got all of this blood on their hands and whatnot. They are beginning to pay the price. They are beginning to pay the price. Shit is not going to be easy for them in this new world that we're living in right now. The veil is thinning. Everyone will basically be exposed, you know, and I think that at the point when they are exposed, society would be so dehumanized and so desensitized that their exposure is not going to be a quote unquote, it's not going to be as shocking as it would have been pre 2020. Everything changed post 2020. There's no more normalcy. We're never going back to what you consider to be normality anymore. The new normal is unnormal. Okay. Things are being stripped away as we speak, while other things are being built and reconstructed as we speak. So there's no victimhood in this whole equation. There's no out. There's no, nobody gives a fuck. There's no victimhood. Everything is going according to plan. Everything is going according to plan. Okay? I don't feel like too many people are going to escape judgment based off of their actions and whatnot. You know what's wrong and you know what's right in this world. Let's stop with the bullshit. You know, let's stop with the bullshit. Isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely something beyond Antarctica. If it was, they wouldn't be taking so many measures to stop your ass from going beyond that wall. I do think that there's some fucking White Walkers beyond the wall. Yes, yes. I'm of the belief of that. You know what I mean? And my beliefs are open. I'm not a rigid believer type of person. So if it's not anything behind the ice wall, let's just say that Ice Spice goes behind the wall one day and shows us there's nothing behind the wall, then I'm willing to accept that as well. However, my instincts tell me, yes, yes, definitely, definitely, Middle Earth type passage type of shit, type of ting and whatnot. Yeah, yeah. What's that crypto? That crypto is up, my nigga. My Coinbase is looking healthy. You know what I'm talking about? Give it a few more months. We definitely gonna be talking shit to you niggas again, all up in your face. You know what I mean? We're gonna be bragging about our gains. Yeah, yeah, rightfully so. Create a little bit of anxiety out there, a little bit of FOMO. Pause. Quando needs a couple of lawyers because the one that has is presenting him like the prosecutor. Yeah, he might be done. He might be done. I'm not a big fan of Quando Rondo. You know, I'm not a big fan. I know a demon when I see one. I'm not a big fan of Quando Rondo. You know what I mean? His last name is Bowman, though. He might be related to Sabi and whatnot. You know, you just finished the Game of Thrones first season. Never late, just on time. You know what I mean? You good. I'm sure you understand it, and it's good to watch Game of Thrones now because you probably understand it a little bit more than when you was watching it, caught up in the hype of when it first came out. You know, you might have a better overstanding, understanding, and central standing of it. I want to revisit the Game of Thrones anthology as well. I definitely want to revisit it and comb through it with a fine tooth comb and whatnot and see what I pick up moving forward. You know, Fed Now starts on Saturday. Damn, they wasn't playing. They sped things up, I guess. Shit. I do have to get XRP. For my crypto enthusiasts out there, what should I drop on XRP right now to make this shit, so if it go through the roof, that I'll be in a good place. What amount of money did you think I should drop on the XRP? I'm gonna ask Chicago Crypto in our next class on Sunday. I want to know from some of the enthusiasts out there because I'm not sleeping on y'all. Um, I'm not sleeping on. I know that y'all be knowing what the fuck is going on. You know, I know that y'all know what's going on. So I want to know from y'all what's a good number for investment in the XRP because I do need more XRPs. You know, Quando Rondo do got the Sabi phenotype. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, right? Like he do kind of have that phenotype. I'm gonna do some research. You know, I'm gonna do a little bit of research on that boy. Cash App overdraft fees. Well, they said something about Biden. They said something about Biden. I need 30K tokens. Okay. How much I should drop to get the 30K then? What I need to drop to get the 30K? Just let me know. Cause Spirit is telling me that XRP shit is coming to a close very, very soon. Especially if Fed Now is coming. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna have to convert your motherfucking fiat into some goddamn digital currency. But fear not and fret not, because we are here. We are here right now, right? We started a few weeks ago. Okay. We started to prepare our network to onboard you into this new quote unquote digital world, or this digital economy. Nothing to be worried about. We got the keys, my ninjas. You know what I'm talking about? We got the keys. We got one of the coldest quote unquote teachers out here doing this shit. Undeniably. And I don't be comparing. We don't Mandingo wrestle our teachers on this network. We don't like to, we're not into cockfighting. Pause. We're not into pit bull fighting teachers against each other. Like, yo, bring your Rottweiler to the fucking park, nigga. We'll see who's more dangerous. No, we don't do that. We show and prove through time, because time is the greatest teacher. So Chicago crypto block bully has proven through time, okay, and through consistency, that he is who the fuck he says he is. You know what I mean? And he's one of the coldest in the whole field. I'm talking about globally. And you might have your favorites on other sides and other niches and other pockets. And I applaud you. Say their name so I could find them and check them out and whatnot. Right? However, this dude is a beast with it. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so 14 bands for 30K tokens. Mm. Mm. The new Walking Dead is in New York City. Say word. How y'all be seeing a lot? I thought I'll be on the internet combing shit. Y'all be coming up with how y'all be catching everything. You know what I'm talking about? So 5 to 10 bands is good. Yeah. I think 10 bands is. I think I'm gonna drop 10 on it, and I'm gonna drop 10 and just sit on it. Do we play XRP long term, or is this a short term? Is this the flipping 10, or are we playing it long term? Let me know. How y'all feeling with XRP? Is it long or short? I'm looking for a flip. You know, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm playing long term, but my palms is itching. I'm looking for a flip. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for a good summertime flip. I want to turn 10 into 40 or something. No, I want to turn 5 into 40. I'm looking for shit like that. Big flips. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like that. So Biden eliminated overdraft fees. You can't overdraft Fed now. He didn't. Yeah, he eliminated. So what you mean? I could overdraft on my TD bank card. I could go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go buy some XRP and overdraft about 10 bands. You know, get XLM and XDC at okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Fed Now is ran on the XRP. Really? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh yeah, cause July 1st is Saturday, correct? Okay, long term for sure. Okay. Uh-huh. So the incident in Chicago where the son had to shoot the dude that was smacking up his moms and whatnot. Yeah, that's justifiable homicide. As for the mama telling him to kill everything, yeah, she watching too much drill. She been listening to too much Chief Keef, my nigga, because yeah, that's not how you do it, mama. She's telling that nigga kill everybody, and it's like, nigga, you on camera. What the fuck you talking about? Kill the camera too. How about that? You gonna kill the Chinese people behind the fucking counter as well, bitch? Like, she just took it a little bit overboard, but she did just get the shit smacked out of her. So, you know, that could be that could be anger. That could be anger, you know? But if somebody smacks Mama Pill, I'm taking their roof off in front of everybody. So I don't, you know, that's commendable. If he didn't shoot the dude, there would be a humongous thing of people clowning that young man, demasculating him. You know what I mean? It would have just been very ugly. Um, get him the fuck out of Chicago though. That's my number one thing. The mother and the son shouldn't even, you know, they should have, the minute he got out of that jail, I would have head straight to O'Hare Airport. I wouldn't even have looked back, because if they do stay in Chicago, there's a high chance that they will spin that block on them. You understand? That's just some Chicago shit. Revenge killing is a staple in Chicago. And I just think that they should get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? Count their blessings and get up out of the shy and whatnot, and, you know, fade away into obscurity, you know? But yeah, you don't violate nobody's mama like that and expect to just go, and, you know, once again, we're in a quickening. Karma is coming back like a boomerang. You don't have to wait anymore. You fuck around and cross that line and you find out today. That's how that shit is set up right now. You cross the line and you do people dirty, you're gonna get dirty. You're gonna get dirty done to you right away. So be mindful of what you saw and pay attention to the signs that the universe is showing you and whatnot. Mm-hmm. They use initiation opportunities for the up and oh, of course. That's how they cut their teeth. That's how they cut their teeth. You feel me? That's how they cut their teeth. But don't put your hands on nobody's mama, yo. Do not put your hands on nobody's mama, yo. His family wants on. Of course they want to spend. You know, of course they want to spend. You know, it is what it is. His homies need to understand what the fuck took place, or his big homies, whoever is in charge. If he's in the gang, they need to call off the revenge, because how you gonna win when you ain't right within? You can't even win on that revenge killing. You're not gonna win. There's gonna be forces that are gonna make you take a L on that. Just take that L, bro, as a lesson, and teach your other young homies and the little pups and whatnot to keep your hands to yourself, especially when it comes to women. Take all of that other shit, you know what I mean? And y'all could destroy each other, but there's lines that you don't cross. And that's what I would have to say on that. You know, there's lines that you don't cross. I hate that it had to be homie. I hate that it had to be him. But, you know, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. He should have known better. You know what I'm saying? This nigga wasn't fucking he wasn't insane. He should have known better. Said that man could have killed her. Hell yeah. He was hitting her with the Thanos smack. This nigga was summoning Ike Turner, motherfucking this nigga was pulling from the Ike Turner verse, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we don't do that. We don't do that. Fuck out of here. So yeah, man. That's about it. Let's have a word from our sponsor before we get out of here.
Join us every Sunday, 4:44 p.m. Eastern, only on Patreon, as we welcome Chicago Crypto Block Bully Technical Analysis.
Alright everyone, Cowboy Trades here, welcome back to the channel for another update on Bitcoin. So
understanding technical analysis can mean the difference between buying here and buying here. And that's why I've decided to create price action, the movement of an asset or security's price over time plotted on a chart. All-time high, ATH, the highest an asset has ever been in price. Support, a point in the market where the price is less likely to drop below due to previous demand or price action. Resistance, a point in the market where
You will learn behavioral economics. You will study historical market data. You will be able to identify trading opportunities. You will be able to evaluate any investment and many, many more. Please join us on Red Pillars Patreon. Peace.
To that Patreon.
Well, there's no way I can bring you.
Yeah, so Ra is going crazy in class. Chicago Crypto Block Bullies going crazy in class. I'm learning new shit. My audience, the Patreon students, they learning. We leveling up. You know what I'm saying? We leveling up. It's a lot of crazy shit going on in the skies, all the way underwater. It's very important to read the stars to understand what the hell is going on, so you don't have to listen to these internet sleuths and whatnot giving you all of this goddamn fake news and this false information. And then the economy is going crazy. Stocks are going crazy. Crypto is back. Fed Now is here. We got the brother Chicago Crypto Block Bully teaching us technical analysis. 4 weeks prior to that, he was teaching us all things crypto and whatnot. 4 weeks prior to that, we was learning all things precious metal and things of that nature and how to trade and shit like that. So we are leveling up as a community and as a student body right on Patreon. So instead of Cash App and all of this other stuff, join the Patreon. If you was gonna throw $5, do it on a Patreon. $10, do it on a Patreon. You'll benefit a lot more because when you give the Cash App, nothing is giving back to you. When you come on a Patreon, you get access to all of the information that we have. Let me take y'all on a trip real quick to the Patreon before we get out of here, just to show you what we over there doing and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Patreon is kind of lit. I'm very proud of that. Every day, damn near, new information is put up there on new information is put up there on all things AI. You know what I'm saying? It's a repository for all of my AI enthusiasts. You dig? So yeah, this is the page right here. This is the class from yesterday with Raku, 4 hours. Like I said, he was going ham. You know what I mean? He was going ham. And then we just have a lot of different articles, you know what I mean? Things that you will probably never see on the internet, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you might not have access to all of this information. But me and my team, we do. And we put together a lot of information. This is called a repository of information, okay? This information will keep you up to date and it will keep you in the conversation. You know what I mean? It will get you all of the information that you need, you know, when people want to know about AI, when they want to know about certain things, when they got questions, when you have questions, when you want to figure out what your next move is and whatnot, when you want to get ahead of the quote unquote train, you know what I mean? In case you wanted to do anything in terms of, I don't know why the thing keeps spinning, but it's a whole lot of information on this page. All right. It's a whole lot of information on the Patreon page. And it's only starting at $5. All right. For the classes with Chicago Crypto and for the classes with Ra Aku, that is on the Shatrine membership. It's called the Shatrine membership. Shout out to all of my Patreons. You feel me? Shout out to all of my Patreons. You get like 25 emails for Patreon every day. Yeah, man, because we be working. You know what I'm saying? We be working. So, we got to keep y'all updated, because if this year was very slow in terms of, we live in a year that's going to go down in history as one of the most monumental, busiest, quote unquote. This year, 2023, is unparalleled. I think the only year that was active like this was 2020. This is a fucking year that's going to go down in history books. So this year is moving very fast. There's a lot of things going on. We just got to stay on top of it. So that's what the Patreon is for. You feel me? I'm contemplating doing a strictly AI show one day out of the week. I just have to find what that day is, because time is moving so fast and my schedule is so booked and whatnot. I will have to figure this shit out, because it will have to make sense. And to be honest with you, I never really wanted to do the YouTube videos about AI. I don't do IG posts and stuff. I just think that it's kind of, it's saturated at this point. It doesn't look, I'm a forward moving type of person. I don't like to do what everybody else is doing. So I know when I was talking about AI and putting it out there, I was one of the few that was doing it, and I was happy to do it like that. But now that the field is back, it's very crowded, very saturated. You could go on YouTube right now, and I guarantee you the fourth video is about AI. So y'all got people to do shit like that. I'm not one of those people that try to, you know what I mean? There's enough people giving the information, speaking on it, giving you the breaking news. I just repost the shit. You know what I mean? I got other things to do. So, I got other things to do. So I'm going to figure it out. I just want to, I might just have a show where I interview smart melanated people that are into technology, because we don't even know that they exist. And I would love to bring them to the forefront, because there's a lot of them. Okay. There's a lot of them. There's some geniuses out here that are not on Instagram, and they not for the camera. You know what I mean? But they out here busting ass. And I would love to introduce you to them as a whole new, school of thought and knowledge, because these are some geniuses. So we're working on it. You know what I mean? We're working on it. We're working this shit out, bro. But yeah, on that point, we're gonna say sayonara. What was that? Salute. And we'll see y'all on Melanin Monday. If I do make it to New York, I will see the family in Brooklyn at the International Art Festival. If I don't, then y'all have fun. Y'all be dangerous, stay dangerous, and be safe out there. And yeah, but definitely Friday, tomorrow, mañana, we got my good brother Source God and Purple.
Here, Uplift and Heal
Uplift.
Fridays, and we have
Check it out.
the zenith of the night, where we actually get to listen to the playlist. Let's go. This is the first one, y'all. This is our first playlist that we've curated of artists that we're listening to that are literally like pioneering, like leading this journey forward, and just a big part of this paradigm shift that we're all experiencing. And just remember where you heard it first. Uplift and Heal.
Yeah, no, that was loud. I got headphones on. Shit blew my brains out. But yeah, man. With that being said, love and light. Check out the show on Friday. You know what I'm talking about? Peace.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, slide through your land. Hopping the sprinters, tore the underworld, popping the minter. Landing the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. and I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. Fuck do you mean? We up it and squeeze, tuck it and leave, we leaving a stain. Fuck up for breeze, running the banks, causing a crashing. Feather the feds, Moorish the fashion. Horse was smashing, kicking the door, waving for force, it was blasting. Smoking the gumbo.
Pull up. Yo, I'm gonna need y'all to go and stream this shit, bro. This is on streaming networks. I need my numbers up. I need 100,000 to 1 million on these motherfucking streams for the month of July, y'all. You feel me? Red Opals on all your streaming platforms. That's how the cover looks right there. Red Opals. Okay. It's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple. You feel me? On Napster. You said all streaming platforms. Pull up Red Pillar with the title Red Opal and go ahead and get these streaming numbers up, y'all. Peace.
Up in the Dumbo, smoking the gumbo. Few blocks before green, yeah, up in the jungle, coking the bundles. It's history in the making. I'm popping like fish to the grease and the bacon. My bitch is Jamaican. United we stand, dividing these bands. They hide in their hands. I'm riding in vans, slide through your land. Hopping the sprinters, tore the underworld, popping the minter. Landed the turtles, I'm popping that splinter. Watching the snowfall, dropping the winter. Dodging the pitfalls, watching this bitch fall. And I still managed like Rich Paul. The paper was calling, I had to go switch calls. I spoke to my twin, I told my young boys I'd never be broken again. Invoking the gins, spitting the spirits, I'm soaking the gin. Your man's in the woods, we smoking on him. Fuck do you mean? We up it and squeeze, tuck it and leave, we leaving a stain. Fuck up for breeze, running the banks, causing a crashing. Feather the feds, Moorish the fashion. Horse was smashing, kicking the door, waving for force, it was blasting. Mother the gassing, loving the passion. Eat on your food, the brother was fasting. The weapon that formed against me was me. Perfected the storm as Bentley receipts. Washing the Benjis, we rinse and repeat. Century of self, I'm centered on me. Red as the pillar, I'm pushing the piece. Higher the level, I'm pushing the keys. They going for 19. The summer is mine, I'm going for 19. Thunder and lightning flooded a bright lane. The hunger was biting,